Epic World is their latest game, released not long after Gladiators this year. It's a side-scrolling platformer in the same vein as Dark Mystery, except unlike that game, it took its sweet time getting to Steam for some reason. I'm not sure why, but this started off as a mobile and eventually a PS4 exclusive affair.
Yes! This fucking thing is on PS4!
The Gladiator game is also on PS4, by the way. I found this out after stumbling upon a review of the games as I was writing the script for the video. I'm glad that Epic World is on PS4, because the only other way that I could record it at the time was through a mobile emulator, which was horribly buggy and unreliable.
Which doesn't do any justice to this perfectly rounded off masterpiece, now does it?
So a lot like Dark Mystery, this one has a story. And the story is almost an actual story. I mean, it's a bad story that a child would think is too bare bones, but it's there. Okay, so there's this king that hoarded wealth and just rolled around in it, who got his gold stolen by an orc.
Good! Justice! I'm not feeling anything for King Bobby Kotick here. The gold doesn't exist to pamper his fat arse, the poor could have that.
So the Orc King heard about his massive treasure pile and decided to loot the king.
So he killed him and took everything from his lifeless corpse? Wow, I didn't think he'd be the hero of the story.
Aw, look how happy he is here with his little sack of money. Just let the stupid little green bastard keep the loot. Also, how did he get all of that into one little sack? Anyway, with the help of his dark magic, Orc King stole the king's entire treasure and left a message as a souvenir.
And English teachers everywhere wept.
So he leaves a nice note, which is kinda sad because apart from the ellipsis problem at the bottom, this is probably the greatest bit of English presented to us so far.
Presented to us by the barely literate Orc King of all people.
Bah! So the king went desperate and furious, decided to fight back and take gold back home from Orc King.
Is this the story or the Wikipedia plot summary? Regardless, I think somebody's getting a little tired.
Let's kick some orcs!
I don't know.
So the game is like most of YFT's affairs, having language settings in a game with barely any text in it. Anyway, you play as 3 characters. I'm not sure who this green jackass is on the menu, but whatever. He's not in the game, by the way. There's the prince. Wait, wasn't he a king before? Or did he get demoted because he got all his shit penched? Oh, look, they're getting on the Mortal Kombat train and having celebrity guests. We got Beowulf from that shitty Gladiator game. And finally, there's Orion. Or Dryan. I can't tell if it's an O or a D. I mean, I'm guessing it's an O, but it could be a D for all I fucking know.
So, no orcs, or ladies, or orc ladies, or black dudes? I mean, I wouldn't bother criticising a game like this for social reasons, for not having diversity, but you'd think when you've got a character select screen, you'd want each character to be different enough for it to be worth the swap. Fuck, what's the point in any of it?
Anyway, when you play this game, you finally get to appreciate some stiff-ass controls, bland backdrops, mismatching assets, and dogshit level design.
So it's basically a Yash Future Tech game.
How does this look and play worse than Dark Mystery? That game's not that good either, and is a bit stiff, but the only thing that this game has improved on that formula is that you no longer get stuck on walls. Brilliant, some next-gen fucking innovation right there. The jumping still sucks dick, you can have false starts that get you killed, and everything about it is clunky and awkward. A few seconds in, I do some exploring and find a drop. I'm hoping that I can maybe drop down onto another ledge, but of course not. I just fall down a couple of feet and explode in thin air for no fucking reason. You get a health bar in this game, which works on some level, but a lot of enemies can kill you very quickly if you don't get away from them fast enough. And given what we're working with here, it's just, yeah, alright mate, yeah, okay, I'll get away from them. I mean, the jump barely works a lot of the time, and you just end up running off edges or whatever surface you're stood on like a bell end. I can say that the checkpoints are somewhat merciful, but thanks to the obsolete fucking life system, you know, that this game just has to offer, it honestly doesn't provide much by way of solace. Hold the fuck? Why the hell do coins become diamonds? Yeah, collecting coins gives you diamonds. Why not just use the treasure chest icon for the coins? By the way, what do the chests do? No idea. I'm guessing it's not much given that this is a YFT game and currency is usually worthless anyway.
How can this game exist a generation after Rayman Origins came out? 20 or so years after this sort of game design was considered gauche in the Atari era. How?
What the fuck is that in the background? Looks like an old lady's wallpaper. At least Dark Mystery looked cohesive. How the fuck are these things getting worse?
You know, if anyone from YFT watches, right? I don't think it'll happen, but you never know. And if you do, pay attention to this bit. Pay attention to me and how I look. I, personally, have never felt so conned in all of doing this show. I felt conned before, but doing this show, I always accept, yeah, I'm buying these games knowing they're shit. But you can't even give me shit, Yash Future Tech. You give me this. Fuck this. You should be ashamed of yourselves for making this wank. And for once I'm not being hyperbolic, I mean it. There should be nothing but shame in this work. Fuck y'all.
This game has all of the interface of a mobile game. It looks just as ugly and shitty as one and plays about as well as a game designed for a touch screen.
Oh, there we go. I found a shortcut. What in fuck's name even happened there?
Oh, going back to the menu, I honestly couldn't tell what I was doing some of the time because, look at it! I couldn't even make heads nor arse of this!
So he has like the least amount of risk. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? You land on top of a tooth spike and it kills you. I'm glad that this thing is based on real physics. A game like this really doesn't have much of a right to exist in the same world as... Shit. Fuck. My controller died and the game opted to just basically kill me as punishment. Because of course. Yeah, so, you know, for a game that makes a lot of mistakes, as in the whole thing is one big fucking mistake, it sure is quick to punish anyone who makes a mistake in its presence.
Bottom line, this game's fucking abysmal. And I hope that Satan creates a new layer of hell for it, and everyone who had anything to do with its creation. Fuck this game too.
Oh no! This is on PS4. This, let me reiterate, is on PlayStation 4. For your enjoyment. I hope they put this on PlayStation Now. I'll be devastated if they don't.